Good day. I will be discussing yung strategic management models. But first, define ko muna what strategic management is. So, yung strategic management is the management of organization's resources to achieve its goals and objectives. So, lahat naman ng business organizations or lahat ng company, they have their goals and objectives. So, paano po ba nila ito na-attain? So, they have to develop strategic plan. So, itong strategic management models, ito yung nagiging guide nila or nagiging basihan nila to develop new strategy for the satisfaction of their mission. So, itong strategic management models, marami kasing diniscuss in this chapter. So, I will not be discussing it one by one. So, mag-focus ako dun sa hybrid model by Orculo, which is um, very relevant dun sa succeeding lessons natin. And then, meron 6 tasks yung strategic management models. The first task po is yung the environmental scanning. Second task is develop strategic vision and mission. Third task is yung setting strategic objectives. Fourth task is yung crafting strategy. Fifth task is yung execute or implementing strategy. And the sixth task is yung evaluate, monitor, and revise. So, yung output ng strategic management models, ito na yung strategic plan. So, itong strategic plan is it is a written document which establishes the direction of an organization. So, ano po ba yung mga nakapaloob sa strategic plan? Una dyan is yung vision mission statement. Pangalawa is yung strategic objectives, strategies, um, strategy implementation or execution plan. And then the last one is yung monitoring, evaluation, and taking corrective actions. So, yung strategic plan, they have short term, medium term, and long term. When we say short term, ito po yung naglalast ng 1 year or less, while yung medium term covers 1 to 3 years, while the long term is 3 to 5 years. So next topic is about the environmental scanning, which is the first task ng strategic management. So ano ba itong environmental scanning? Ito po yung process wherein it takes into the account both external and internal environment. When we say po external environment, it is outside the business organization, while internal environment is within the business organization. Itong external environment, tinatawag din ito macro environment. So, itong macro environment, it refers to all forms of indirect or direct factors na nakakaapekto dun sa business organization. So, yung examples ng indirect factors are yung general economic conditions, yung technology, societal values and lifestyle, legislations and regulations, and then yung population demographics. For the direct factors naman, dyan pumapasok yung Porter's 5 forces. If you would still remember na na-discuss natin siya in the past lessons, yan yung buyers, suppliers, new entrants, rival firms, and substitute products. So, yung internal environment naman, ito naman yung tinatawag ding microenvironment. So, simply as that, within the business organization, itong environment na to. Next po is yung SWOT analysis. So, SWOT analysis po is a simple tool yet powerful tool in developing business strategy. Whether you're just building a startup or you're just guiding an existing one. So, itong SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Strengths po, this is something to do with kung ano yung asset ng isang company, something that the firm does well. While yung weaknesses naman, it is something that lacks or yung the firm lacks or does poorly. So it is negative factors and it detracts from your strength. Opportunities po, these are external factors that might likely to contribute to the success of the business. While yung weaknesses po are external factors din that may put the business in an uncompromising situation. Yung strengths and weakness, those are internal to the company, while yung opportunities and threats are external to the company. So, yung strengths and opportunities, those are helpful in achieving the objectives of the company, while yung weakness and threats are harmful naman in achieving the objectives of the company. So, ano po ba yung relevance ng SWOT analysis in strategic management? Like what I've said a while ago, yung SWOT analysis kasi, it helps the business or organization to develop strategy. So, for example, yung existing business, this still can use SWOT analysis for assessing the current situation and then determine what strategy to move forward. So, yung condition kasi, magbabago-bago naman yan. So, better if the business organization do SWOT analysis every 6 to 12 months. So, for the startups po, part kasi ng business planning process itong SWOT analysis. So, it will help them codify yung strategy na tama para dun sa business. Para din malaman nila kung they are on the right path or right foot sa pagpaplano ng kanilang business. For the BCG matrix, yung BCG po, it stands for Boston Consulting Group. So, they are the ones who developed the BCG matrix. Simple lang po ang BCG matrix. It is a 4-quadrant diagram wherein doon nakategorize yung products and services ng isang business organization. So, ito ginagamit to if gusto nilang malaman kung ano ba yung mga products or services na worth pushing for or kung ano ba yung nakakapag-aksaya lang ng resources ng company. For the company competitive index, it's like self-assessment ng isang company para malaman if they are competitive enough ba to their rival firms or rival industry. Next task ng strategic management, which is the developing the vision and mission statement. So, ano ba yung reason bakit kailangan ng vision and mission statement ng isang company? So, lahat ng vision and mission ay makikita talaga natin sa lahat ng business organization or lahat ng company. Lagi itong nangunguna sa kanila. So, it serves as their guiding principles to achieve their objectives. Yung mission statement, these are yung businesses, what are their objectives, and ano yung approach na gagawin nila to achieve their objectives. So, yung mission statement is for their clients or customers. So, ibig sabihin, ng mission statement, ano ba yung purpose ng isang business? Bakit sila nag-ooperate? So, ganun lang kung kasimple. Well, yung vision statement, it is something to do with ano ba yung future na gustong mangyari ng isang business organization. So, itong vision statement, it is naman for the organization and its members. So, yun lang, kasi ganun lang din kasimple, ano ba yung gustong mangyari ng isang organization para sa kanila in the future, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. Yun yung kung anong gusto nilang match. Third task ng strategic management, which is in setting strategic objectives. So, marami naguguluhan ano bang difference ng goals and objectives. Pag sinabi po natin goals, these are desired future state that an organization tries to achieve. On the other hand naman, objectives is defined as goal that an organization wants to achieve in a specific period of time. So, yun po yung difference ng dalawa. Yung strategic objectives, dito na nakapaloob yung concrete articulation ng vision and mission ng isang business organization. So, dyan na iniisa-isa yung specific performance target nila. Masasabi natin na good ang isang objectives kapag ito ay SMART. So, SMART po, meaning is kung ito ba ay specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Next lesson natin is about the fourth task of strategic management, which is the crafting strategies or yung strategy formulation. So, it is the process of deciding which best course of action for accomplishing the objectives of the organization. So, sa strategic management, ito yung most critical aspects. Bakit? Kasi marami rin kino-consider na factors bago makapag-create ng or makapag-craft ng strategies. So, So, hindi kasi ganon kadali mag-craft ng strategies na basta-basta na lang. So, marami kang dapat i-consider. Like, for example, yan yung, quarters 5 courses kung saan doon yung rival firms, suppliers, buyers, substitute products, new entrants, and then yung various stakeholders group. And then, over time, nagbabago or nag-evolve ang strategy because marami kasing different situations na nangyayari na kino-consider din sa pag-craft ng strategy. Una na dyan is yung shifting market conditions, fresh moves of competitors, new technologies and innovation, evolving customer preferences, political and regulatory changes, new windows of opportunity, and crisis situation. So those are the different situations na nakakapag or na nagiging dahilan kung bakit nag-evolve din ang strategy. So, ano bang difference ng proactive at yung reactive strategy? So, itong proactive, tinatawag din siyang planned strategy. So, it is something positively developed or crafted regardless of the situation of the business organizations. So, on the other hand naman, yung reactive strategy, ito yung nade-develop based on dun sa reaction or result ng certain factors na kailangan na if kailangan mag-respond ng isang business or ng isang organization. Lesson natin is about the fifth task of strategic management, which is the implementing and executing strategies. So, itong strategy implementation, ito na yung execution ng strategic plan mo so that you can achieve yung long-term objectives or goals ng isang organization. So, ito na yung ginagawa mo na into action yung chosen strategy mo. So, kailangan dito yung isang organization ay mag-develop, mag-utilize, and mag-unite ng lahat ng organizational structure, control system, and culture to follow strategies that lead to competitive advantage and a better performance. So, yung organizational structure, they have to allocate special value, developing tasks and roles to the employees, and states how these tasks and roles can be correlated so as to maximize efficiency, quality, and customer satisfaction. Ito kasi yung pillars of competitive advantage. So, yung organizational control system ay kailangan dito kasi hindi naman lahat ng organizational structure ay sufficient to itself na kaya nilang ma-motivate yung employees nila. So, yung control system na to, yung nag-equip sa mga managers with motivational incentives for employees as well as feedback on employees and organizational performance. Yung organizational culture, ito yung specialized collection ng values, attitudes, norms, and beliefs shared by organizational members and groups. So, meron tayong steps in implementing strategy. Una dyan is yung developing an organizational hub, having potential of carrying out strategy successfully. Next is yung disbursement of abundant resources to strategy essential activities. Third is yung creating strategy and encouraging policies. Fourth is yung employing best policies and programs for constant improvement. And fifth is yung linking reward structure to accomplishments of result. And last is yung making use of strategic leadership. Siyempre, lahat, kaya para makapagkaroon ka, or para magkaroon ng successful implementation ng strategy, kailangan nandyan yung good leadership. So, if ikaw ay credible na tao or leader sa isang organization at skillful, so mas madaling mapasunod yung members to implement or to execute those strategies. And then, you have to motivate also your members para i-execute nila yan. So, kailangan meron kang proper motivation. So, para ma-deliver nila yung expectations na gusto mong mangyari dun sa yung strategy plan. So, yung mga excellent formulated strategies ay nagfe-fail if hindi kasi to na i-implement ng maayos. So, is essential to note na yung strategy implementation, hindi yan possible unless there is stability between strategy and each organizational dimension, such as yung organizational structure, reward structure, resource allocation process, and etc. Last task na tayo, which is yung monitoring, evaluating, and taking corrective actions. So, bakit ba kailangang i-monitor yung ating strategy? Simple lang. Kasi, syempre, magiging useless yung pinaggagawa mo environmental scanning, yung starting task 1 to task 5, kung hindi mo i-monitor or evaluate ang iyong strategy. Syempre, doon mo makikita if effective ba siya. Effective ba yung ginawa mong strategy. So, sa strategy monitoring or evaluating, hindi ka lang basta kukuha lang ng data, tapos yun na yun. No. You have to, syempre, analyze those data. Dun mo makikita kung nahihit mo na ba or malayo ka pa dun sa target mo na objectives or goals. So, nagiging basihan din yon on how you will decide on the future plans of your company. So, para naman malaman yung soundness and competitiveness ng isang business, makikita natin yan sa ating key financial documents, which is yung statement of financial position, the income statement, and the cash flow statement. And is about industry situation analysis. So, ano ba itong industry analysis nito? So, ito ay isang tool na ginagamit ng mga business organization to facilitate yung kanilang understanding sa position nila relative to other companies na nagpo-produce ng similar products or services. So, understanding the forces at work in the overall industry is an important component of effective strategic planning. So, industry analysis enables small business owners to identify the threats and opportunities facing their businesses and to focus their resources on developing unique capabilities that could lead to a competitive advantage. So, meron tayong commonly used and important methods na ginagamit while performing an industry analysis. Diyan pumapasok yung competitive forces model, yun yung Porter's 5 forces, yung Broders factors analysis or yung PEST analysis, and the SWOT analysis. So, yung competitive forces model or yung Porter's 5 forces, paulit-ulit na natin itong na-explain na yan yung threat of potential entrants, bargaining power of buyers, bargaining power of suppliers, threats of substitutes, and then yung, ano ba yung isa? Yung rival firms, yun yung Porter's 5 forces. Ginagamit siyang method sa pag-analyze ng industry situation. Next is yung broad factor analysis or yung PEST analysis. Yung PEST or yung PEST stands for political, economic, social, and technological. So, ito naman ay useful framework for analyzing the external environment. It's like SWOT analysis din, pero ang pinaka-basihan dito is yung political, economic, technological, and socio-demographic factors. So, pag sinabing political factor, syempre, specific policies and regulations na related sa taxes, environmental regulations, tariffs, trade policies, labor laws, ease of doing business, and the overall political stability. When we say naman economic factors, ito naman yung inflation, exchange rates, interest rates, GDP growth, conditions in the capital market, etc. Pag sinabing social impact, ito naman yung mga trends among people, includes population growth, demographics, kung ano yung trends in behavior such as health, fashion, and social movements.
For the technological naman aspect, ito naman yung advancement and development ng paano mag-operate yung mga businesses so that they can have live their lives to the fullest. From the word itself, technology, so something about the technological aspects tong technology. Yung pangatlong method is yung SWOT analysis. Paulit-ulit na explain ko na kanina na yung SWOT analysis stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So yun, self-explanatory na lang din siya kasi na-discuss naman natin siya before. So, bakit ba kailangan ng industry analysis? So, as a form of market assessment, crucial kasi itong industry analysis kasi um, nakakatulong din siya na maintindihan natin yung market conditions. Kung, syempre, it helps them forecast yung demand and supply and yung financial returns from the businesses. So, it also indicates yung competitiveness ng isang industry and costs associated with entering and exiting the
Now, move on sa ating last topic for this subject course, which is yung competitive strategies. So, ano ba tong competitive strategy? So, competitive strategy is a long-term action plan of a company which is directed to gain competitive advantage over its rival after evaluating their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in the industry and compare it with their own. So, Michael Porter, a professor at Harvard, presented yung competitive strategy concept. So, according to him, there are four types of competitive strategies that are implemented by businesses globally. It is necessary for businesses to understand the core principles of this concept that will help them to make well-informed business decisions in the course of action. So, yun nga, yung four types of competitive strategy. Una dyan is yung cost leadership strategy. Cost leadership strategy is difficult daw to implement for small-scale businesses as it involves making long-term commitment for offering products and services at lower prices in the market. For this purpose, firms need to produce products at low cost, otherwise it will not make profit. Since the cost leadership means to become low-cost producer or provider in the industry, any large-scale businesses which can provide and manufacture products at low cost by attaining economies of scale. There are many cost leadership factors such as efficient operation, large distribution channels, technological advancement, and bargaining power. So pag sinabing cost leadership strategy, ito is price-based strategy. So, if ang cost ng iyong products or services ay mababa, madali itong makakagain ng market share. So, that is one of the competitive advantage ng isang business rather. Next is yung differentiation leadership strategy. Identify attributes of a product which are unique from competitors in the industry is the driving factor in the differentiation leadership strategy. When a product is able to differentiate itself from other similar products or services in the market through superior brand quality and value-added features, it will be able to charge premium prices to cover the high cost. So there are few business examples who successfully differentiated their brands. Example niyan is yung Apple. So, itong differentiation leadership strategy, it focused on product-based na strategy wherein although mataas ang value or yung price ng isang product, kung superior naman yung quality na binibigay nito sa isang consumer, makakagain pa rin ito ng market share. So, that's another competitive advantage na meron ng isang business. So, for the third strategy is the cost-focused strategy. This strategy is quite resemblance to the cost leadership strategy. However, a major difference is that the cost-focused strategy businesses target a particular segment within the market and that segment is offered the lowest price of the product or services. This type of strategy is very useful to satisfy your consumer and increase brand awareness.
For example, ito, yung beverage companies na nagmamanufacture ng mineral water na pwede nilang i-target yung target market segment yung Dubai. Kasi nga, since yung Dubai is madesyerto, so people need and use only mineral water for drinking. So, pwede nilang ibenta yung kanilang mineral water at lower than their competitors. So next po is yung differentiation focus strategy. So similar to the focus strategy differentiation, focus strategy targets a particular segment within the market. However, instead of offering lower prices to consumer, firms differentiate itself from its competitors. Differentiation strategy offers unique features and attributes of its target segment. So yun, yung company pwedeng mag-bring out ng product na specifically designed for left-handed persons. So, kasi itong differentiation focus strategy, it takes advantage yung special needs ng consumers nila in specific segments. And syempre, they seek differentiation by way of marketing its products as unique in certain aspects.